Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Gian Podcast, Mr. Blaze Bayley. Hi, Blaze.
How you doing?
How you doing, Blaze? Welcome.
Yeah, good. Really good. Very excited. Thank you for inviting me to be on your podcast. It's great. I love to perform in Italia, and I'm hoping to get back. So I really miss my fans over there. So at least I'm on your podcast, which is something really, really cool. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you very much to you, Blaze, for being here. There are a lot of people watching from home. I want to say hi from Daniele Varra. He is watching from USA. He is Italian. We played in Italy with our tribute band, Up the Irons. Daniele Varra, come on. Hi, Daniele. He's a big fan, of course, of Blaze Bayley. We have Litfibografia. Litfiba is a great rock Italian band. Maybe the greatest Italian band. This is a fun club. Thank you for being here. Burn 78 is the bassist of Iron Maiden tribute band from Milan, Lombardia. Here we go. Thanks, Antonio, for being here. Soulmates is Flavio Esposito from England, but he played with me in Italy with Daniele in our tribute band called Up the Irons. Almost there, come on. Hi, Flavio. And I want to say hi to Valentina Saba. She's a great fan of Iron Maiden and, of course, of Mr. Blaze Bayley. Hi, Valentina. Thanks for being here tonight. I want to say hi to Luca Di Mauro. Luca Di Mauro is the singer of another tribute Iron Maiden band from Sicily, Made in Hell. Hi, Luca. Ciao, grande Gian. Hi, Luca. Thanks for being here. Valentina, hi, Blaze. And Antonio, Burn 78. Welcome, Mr. Blaze. Yeah. Senza Misura Freeman is another big fan, Maiden fan and Blaze fan. Buonasera. Ciao, Senza Misura. And Flavio, it's an honor for having you tonight. It's an honor, Blaze, having you tonight. Thank you very much. Luca Di Mauro, ciao, Blaze. Lot of fans from Italy. Valentina again, Blaze, I love you. From Sardinia. Valentina.
Oh, yeah, we were in Sardinia, weren't we? I forget, a while ago. It was.
She's a big fan.
We had a really nice gig in Sardinia.
I guess you met her before in your concert. Valentina we will say later. Senza misura Freeman, buonasera. Hi, Luca Di Mauro. Hello from Made in Hell, Iron Maiden tribute, as I said before. Pascovic Pasquale. Hi, Blades. I gave you the Italian flag. Remember, you are always number one, Blades.
Oh, thank you very much, mate.
Thank you, Pasquale. And, of course, thank you, Blades. I guess we can start with our interview, Blades. I want to ask you about you're currently touring. You're touring or planning to go back on the road soon, I guess.
Yeah, next weekend. So, not this Friday, but the following Friday. Then we start in France, then Belgium, and some dates in Germany. What I'm doing is an anniversary tour, but it's to celebrate both of the albums that I did, the X Factor and Virtual 11. I did last year at the end, I wanted to commemorate the X Factor, so I did, because it was the 10th studio album, 10 shows in 10 countries. And it just went well, and it was so popular that people asked us to do it. I didn't want to do it again this year. I thought, you know what, I really like singing the old songs, but wouldn't it be fun if we did X Factor and Virtual 11 albums? And I chose my favorite songs as a kind of celebration anniversary of my time with Iron Maiden. So that's what we're doing, and it starts next weekend, and we'll be doing that most of my Blaze Bayley solo shows will be doing that throughout the year, and we're very, very excited about it. And at the moment, we're talking to a couple of promoters in Italia, and we're hoping to come over there. We don't. It's too early to say, but we are talking to people. So love. You know how much I love to play in Italia, and I love to
So
see my
you
fans
think
there.
you'll be back in Italy soon?
I'm hoping to. Well, at the end of the year, I'm hoping. We're talking to people. We just don't know, but we'd love to return, especially with this set list.
Okay, we met before Blades because last year you came in Italy. You came in South Italy in Castelvolturno, if you remember, in a
Mm.
concert here, and we met last year. But we met in 2009 because with my ex tribute band we opened at your concert in Caserta. So this is the third time I can speak
Okay.
with you. I have
Okay.
also my signed CD. I'm a fan. This is
Yeah.
a fun moment.
Aha.
So this is your
Okay.
signature.
Cool. Yeah.
Let me show. Fun moment. Sorry.
Ah, brilliant.
Okay. So Blaze, you said that you will be on tour with songs from the X Factor, Virtual 11, Virus. So I want to ask you about Iron Maiden and how does you feel playing songs from Iron Maiden era today?
Well, it's an interesting question, and I always go back and listen to the albums, and the biggest thing for me is what I learned with Iron Maiden, working with Steve Harris and Yannick Gers and with Dave Murray in the writing, that my voice has changed. When we started writing, then Steve Harris would say, "Oh, try it here, try it in this place," which was a part of my voice I wasn't used to using. So I feel like when I was with Iron Maiden, I found another third to my voice, which is these lower, darker parts of my voice. And then since that time, then it's 30 years ago, then that part of my voice has strengthened and become a natural part of the toolkit I have as a vocalist and a writer. So when I go back to visit the songs from X Factor and Virtual 11, then my voice is so much stronger. It's a bit different. I'm so much more familiar that I listen to those songs and I really feel that I'm able to express the lyrics and the emotion and the passion of those songs a lot more with the voice that I have now. Whereas back then it was more sing in time, in tune, express the best that you can. But now well, it's all the expression and the dynamic of the lyric. And I feel I'm able to bring the songs to life much better than I was back when I was learning uh, to use this extra part of my voice that we found when we were writing and recording the album. So it's very, very exciting. It's like seeing old friends that you haven't seen for a very long time, but they have new clothes.
And I can say that not because you are here, Blades, but I started this podcast 1 year ago, and we talked a lot about Iron Maiden and Blaze Bayley era too. And I always said that I remember when in 2009 we opened at your show in Caserta, you sang on our mixer of our on our mixer of my singer, And I always said that the Blaze Bayley voice was so strong. So strong. So
Thank you very much.
congratulations.
Grazie mille.
Congratulations, Blade, because I always said that, not because you are here. The Blade's voice, I was impressed. Listen to you live in a little club, but on a little mixer. So I was really impressed, and I remember that our guitars, the volume of guitars was really high, and your voice were higher than guitars. So really congratulations. And anyway, I wanna read some questions. I wanna say hi
Okay.
to Cosimo. He's a
Hello, Cosimo.
he's a writer and he's a big fan of metal, big fan of Maiden, and big fan of Blaze. Thank you,
No,
Cosimo. Then Burn 78, hearing you old Maiden songs today with a different perspective. Do you feel you could have done some things in a different way? I can say that you said before.
no. Well, I think the problem is for any artist that you have to finish the album. That's it. So even if you think, oh, maybe I could try this or maybe I could try that, you have a deadline. And without that deadline, the album won't come out, the tour will never start, the band will die. It's as simple as that. It's part of the horrible truth. And all of us that make albums, you do the best that you can with what you have at the time, and then you have to go, that's it, it's finished, no more. Now we go and do the tour and all of that. So I think you do the best that you can at the time. Look back, and I can go, you know what, with the voice that I have now, when I'm singing those old songs now, I'll do this slightly differently. To bring the emotion out of the song and the passion out of the song. So that's the difference, really. I think all of us, everybody from Rob Halford, Bruce Dickinson, me, Taylor Swift, everybody all goes, you know what? We have to finish now. The album has to be finished because we have to do this. And that's it. And you can, that's the way. I don't go back and think, oh, I wish I could have done it differently. I just go, you know what? That's a lesson that I learned. I did my best. But on the next album, well, I won't do that the same because I think there's a better way to do it. But that's it. At the time, you just do your best under the pressure. And a lot of people, journalists mainly, not fans, a lot of journalists were saying, Iron Maiden is over, Iron Maiden is dead, that's it, it's grunge is forever, that's the new metal. And, well, they were completely wrong because the fans of Iron Maiden were really loyal and actually knew about real music, and grunge just didn't last. Metal is still here. That kind of heavy metal is still here, and people love it just as much now and are as passionate about it. Fans love that kind of music. So I think you do the best you can at the time, and then you go, okay, well, if there's something I think I could have done better, I'll do that on the next one.
Yeah, and I can confirm that I heard your band last year, and you played songs. I can say darker and stronger than Iron Maiden. Is a different perspective, but I really liked it. I want to say hi to Giuseppe Di Guardo. Recognized your voice before I knew what I was watching. I guess Blaze's voice. Hi Giuseppe. And Valentina from Sardinia says that Blades with Pasquale in the concert of 2007 or 2011 in Rome gave you Coco the Sardinian amulet. Remember?
Thank you very much. Thank
It
you.
will bring you good luck. Thank you for existing. Your voice accompanied me throughout my adolescence.
Ciao, Valentina. I hope you like my new albums as well. I hope they bring you the same amount of joy and pleasure that my old albums do.
Thank you. We will talk about your music in a bit. I want to say hi to Max. Mad Max is a creator from Instagram. He is part of our podcast in the program Stories of Rock. We talked a lot of Iron Maiden. We have an episode about Iron Maiden, and I can tell you that about X Factor you talked about. We have the game Battle of the Albums, and I can say to you that the X Factor won against Fear the Dark
No.
and a lot of albums from the new Iron Maiden era. So I
Wow.
can confirm that Maiden fans really, really appreciated X Factor. So
Oh, that's great news. Thank you for sharing that with me. That's really great news.
yeah, congratulations to you. Luca Di Mauro, Gian, my daughter Sveva, 9 years old, big fan of the sign of the cross. Say hello to Blades.
Ciao.
Thank you, Luca, and hi to Sveva. Valentina, what are the songs that still accompany you when you sang with Iron Maiden?
Well, I always have Sign of the Cross as in my heart. You know, it's such a big song, but it's so long, it's not always in my set list. But Future Real and Virus and Man on the Edge are almost always in my set list, no matter what I'm doing. There, Future Real is it's such a great memory that I was at Steve's house and he said, I've had an idea for a fast song. Have you got any lyrics that would go with it? And I'd been working on some lyrics inspired by Paranoia and the X Files. And I tried these lyrics with Steve's idea, and it became Future Real. And it's really cool, and it's grown, I feel, over the years. And the other one is Virus. I changed Virus just a little bit to do my own arrangement, and it's something I really enjoy because even though it was written some 30 years ago, when I sing the lyric, I feel it's relevant today because of scammers and tricks that we get, that thieves and people play on us. That the new virus is people online who are pretending to be me or pretending to be other artists, pretend to be celebrities, and then try to get fans to send money and spend money on fakes. I feel they are the new virus, really. Before we were talking about the magazines and the press in the UK just having a double standard and being hypocrites, because on one side they would say Iron Maiden is over, and on the other side they would say, "Oh yes, of course I'll come to I'll come to Italy to uh, you know on a big trip, all expenses paid, to review the band." So now I feel that these songs, Man on the Edge, such a huge song for me, my first big single around the world, Virus and Future Real, these three Maiden songs are so important to me. And then when we do an anniversary set list, we often do Sign of the Cross, and the big one is the Klansman as well. We had to leave the Klansman out of the set list for a long time because we had so many problems with fights breaking out and people invading the stage, and just things go totally crazy. You start singing the Klansman, freedom, and it's like, ah! Like it's just mad. You're like, what? So, and we'd have to brief the security at every venue. Right,
Wow.
this song is this part of the set. When we start this song, get ready. Don't let anybody on the stage. It's crazy. So
Awesome.
that's always in my heart, and to sing that, I'm putting myself in the place. I am the Klansman, and the reaction with fans when we're all singing together is just wow. It's an incredible, incredible feeling. Thanks for your question, Valentina.
Thank you, Valentina. And I can confirm the Clansman, a really, really great song. And before going again with Iron Maiden question, I have a question for you, Blades. Can you tell us what you felt when you got the call to join Iron Maiden, and who called you?
Well, I couldn't
Steve
believe
Steve
it.
Harris
Yeah,
did.
yeah. Steve Harris called me. I couldn't believe it. Really, I did the audition, and the audition was 10 songs that were in the set at that time. So you had Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast, Trooper, Hallowed Be Thy Name, Fear of the Dark, Wrathchild, and another 10 songs. So when I went for the audition, I thought, well, I've prepared the best that I can. And now, no matter what, for 1 hour, I will be the singer of Iron Maiden. That's it. So that's how it was. And of course, I knew all the drum fills and everything because I was a huge Iron Maiden fan before that. And it was mad going, that sounds like Dave Murray. And then looking, and there's Dave Murray. Wow. That sounds like Steve Harris. But yeah. And Nico McBrain, like the kit that he used in rehearsals is like less than half the size of the kit that he uses on stage on the concerts. But you're like, wow, only he can sound like that. It's incredible. It's so loud. It's unreal. It literally felt like when he hit the snare, you couldn't see his arm move. Not like Steve Danger plays like this really hard, and you could hardly see Nico's hand, and it was like a bullet from a gun, like bang, like, whoa, whoa, like that. It was incredible. And then I went home. I thought, okay, well, that's it. I'm not going to build my hopes up or anything. I hope for the best, but uh, that's it. And then just a couple of weeks later, then Steve Harris phoned up and he said, you've done well, everybody's listened to, the little tapes of what you did for us. And yeah, that's it. Come and have a meeting and you'll be in the band. I was absolutely shocked, man, because my voice, so different to Bruce. Bruce Dickinson is an incredible singer. He's a legend of metal singers. He's so distinctive, but my voice is a lot different. I come from a different place. Much more. I come from a soulful, emotional, dark place. And I thought, why would they want me? But of course, I think what was happening was something that the X Factor, that music, that was just starting to brew. And that darkness that really suited my voice. It's such a dark album. It's very different to what came before. It marks the start of the progressive era of Iron Maiden, and I think that's really suited my voice, and I found more of my voice, and I think that's why the X Factor now, if you can listen to it out of context, you go, okay, forget that it's a different singer, a different time, but just put it in a context that it's got so much great music on it. So much great music.
Congratulations. This is a dream come true. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I dreamed of being a professional singer and playing big concerts when I saw Ronnie James Dio in Birmingham
Wow.
on the Holy Diver tour. I was 18 years old and I was working nights. I saw the concert and then I went to work on the night shift, cleaning the hotels, just a cleaner back then, listening to my music on cassette on a tiny little cassette player like this. Didn't even have headphones. And since then, I wanted to be a professional heavy metal singer. I'm so lucky to have achieved my dream. And I'm living my dream right now. I am. a full-time professional heavy metal singer, and uh, that's my day job. And I'm so lucky to be able to do that. And of course, it's because I have incredible support from loyal fans all over the world that I'm able to do that. So I say a huge thank you to everyone that's supported me and been part of helping me to achieve my dream.
And you made it, and we are all happy that you are a singer. And congratulations again. Then Mad Max, hi Blaze from Mad Max Metal Rock. It's a
Hello, mate.
pleasure hearing you here with Gian. As I said before, Mad Max is a creator from Instagram from page Metal Rock. Thank you again, Max. And then we have Flavio Esposito. Blade's voice can be recognized everywhere. I have a little surprise here, Blaze, because Flavio Esposito is a big fan and he asked me to join this program for just one question. So
Yeah, okay.
if you want, I will bring in Flavio. Hello, Flavio. How are you?
Hello.
Hi,
Hello,
Hello,
Flavio.
Blaze.
Flavio.
Hello,
Hello.
Blaze. How are
Ciao.
you? Ciao.
Ciao,
Hi,
Flavio.
Flavio.
Let me say, first of all, it's a big honor. I'm bowing this moment, this moment
Okay, mate.
for you. It's a very an honor to stay here, also to participate in Gian Podcast. And as he told you, we are great friends, long date friends. We also play together in our Iron Maiden teammates. And as Johnny told you before, we met in 2009. 2009, right,
Yeah,
Johnny?
2009, right?
Yeah.
In Caserta, and we were so uh, uh, very load of feeling, thinking that you are going to play after us. As a
Mm.
as Johnny said about your voice, that you were so loud on our small little sick mixer, right? That we said, "Oh, our mixer works so fine, so nice." So we were surprised. Well, honestly, I don't have a big question regarding your job, because everything Johnny will ask you and you answer in a very special things way. Also, I have to say something, Blaze. What makes you great is, apart the fact for your voice, as Johnny said, but also the fact that you are, and this comes from my heart. You are a humble person, and this is something I love it. I
Oh,
think
well, thanks, Flavio.
no, as I say, as a like me, also all most of all your fans love the fact that you are a human person and not just one behind a microphone or behind a camera.
Mm.
You know what I mean, no? That is something that makes you great, big. You are a very big person, and because of that, I would be honored if, and not only me, but also Johnny and all people that can participate, if we make a song, we play a song, and you can sing on it.
Okay, we have, I didn't say it before, but we have Maiden Team. It's the online Iron Maiden tribute band that with people from the world, from Italy, from anywhere, we play songs in the video and publish it monthly, you know? So, as Flavio asked, if you want to play it, you can record your voice on one song
On
you
one
choose.
song. For example, I would love to play "Sign of the Cross." That is my, I love that song, right? And if we make the bass, right, and then we send you the song, you can record your voice on it, and it's a wonderful gift that you can make to the team, the Iron Maiden team. Great. What do you think?
Well, I normally, to be honest, these aren't my decisions.
I know.
And I have to sort the manager has to sort all of these out. So you have to email the manager. Really, I don't make these decisions.
I
So
will send to the manager a very nice
yeah,
Italian carbonara.
yeah, you'll probably need to send quite a lot of it. You know, yeah, I don't normally make these. It sounds like a wonderful idea. To be honest, I don't make these decisions. What what happens is I am not responsible for any bookings or anything like that. I've got a small dedicated team and I'm just focused on my concerts and my songwriting, and that's it. So everything else, then you have to talk to my manager about. That's just being professional. When I was in charge and doing the bookings myself, then I was completely broke and I had nothing, and everything was just rubbish and crap. I was totally broke. I had to work a regular job and all of that. And then I've got a manager, and he just you stick to writing your songs and singing. That's it. And I go, okay. And okay, you don't have anything to do with money. No, not for you. And okay. And then look, I go up and up and up and up. So I have nothing to do with business or anything like that. Then I go up. When I was in charge of business, no, I go down, and I'm absolutely broke. So,
No, don't
so
worry
that's
at
it.
all. Don't worry at
Yeah.
all.
So
As we see,
send the manager a nice email and maybe some nice cheese.
oh,
Yeah, it looks cheese.
oh, right.
or wine if you prefer.
You know what? If happen, wow, would be fantastic. If it cannot be made something like that, it's not, that doesn't matter. As long we had the how do you say, the joy to speak with you this evening, for me is also is enough. But if it was also this, was a kind of the cherry on the cake.
Yeah.
That would be. But anyway,
Okay. Don't worry, I want to say thank you. And Flavio, if you have other questions to Blades.
no, no, it was just this, the fact to ask something personally to Blaze. That for me is you make my day, Blaze.
Well, thanks, mate. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Grazie for your support. And
Every
I hope
time.
to see you. Hope to see you. They're working, talking to some promoters. Hope to see you on my next visit to Italia.
Oh, fantastic! I have to say something. I'm not in Italy. I
He's
live
from
next to
England.
Newcastle. Yes, I live next to
Oh, okay.
Newcastle.
So
I
you will see me in October, probably.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
on tour in October. Go to blazebayley.net. All my dates are there. And then email my manager.
Right. Yes. No, you know what? I am a face-to-face person. I would speak face-to-face with your manager.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Email him first, and then when you turn up with the cheese and the wine, then
Okay.
it's
A bottle of
maybe
wine.
yeah,
Cheesy.
Valpolicella.
Yeah.
Great.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Blazy. Thank you, Gianni,
You're
for
welcome, man.
for guesting me.
Thanks, Flavio. Thanks, Flavio. Bye bye, Flavio.
Ciao.
So thank you, Blades, for letting Flavio speaking and talking with us. I wanna read some comments from home. Pasquale, dear Blades, remember one thing: you gave so much and all of yourself to music because music is your life. How important it is for us lovers of this genre. I was able to appreciate all of this every time I saw you. The love of music always bears good fruit. I will always carry you in my heart.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Thanks,
That's
Pasquale.
it.
And Max, I saw you first time in Montichiari, X Factor tour. First time I saw you, Iron Maiden, it was with you. So it was 95, I guess. And then in Milano during Silicon tour, we will talk about Silicon Messiah. You have a big background of Silicon Messiah. I want to ask you about your solo career now. Blades,
Yeah.
looking at your Silicon Messiah, I heard that some of the ideas on that album actually came from material you were already writing before. So, how important was that record, Silicon Messiah, for you in defining your own identity as an artist?
Well, I was normally it's just normal. We use our phones, but then it was a little dictaphone and a pad, to keep your notes on. So I kept notes and I had some ideas, and I thought I would still be in Iron Maiden, and we would be making a third studio album. And I had the idea for Ghost in the Machine and Born as a Stranger. I'd been working on those, a couple of notes for the lyrics and everything. And then I was out of Maiden and I had the opportunity to make my own record and make a solo album. And so I thought, well, I've got the basis of these songs, they belong to me. And then I finished them, and that became Born as a Stranger and Ghost in the Machine. And they worked really, really well. And I'm very, very proud of the Silicon Messiah album. And it talks about the future and how the Industrial Revolution and the Information Revolution have a lot of similarities in the way that humanity is having to adapt and cope with changes that we couldn't see coming. So, it meant a lot to me. And I think the last tour that I've done, which is the anniversary of Silicon Messiah, the 25th anniversary, those songs have come to life in a different way than they did before. My voice has changed a lot, and we kind of changed the arrangements just a little bit to make them a bit more dramatic, and it really, really came to life. So it's been a great tour to do, the Silicon Messiah tour, and now I'm looking forward to my Iron Maiden anniversary tour, playing my X Factor, my favourite songs from the X Factor album of Virtual 11. And we have some Wolfsbane shows. The whole of May, more or less, is on tour in the UK with Wolfsbane. So that is also very, very exciting.
And I will be waiting for you when you will be in Italy, playing in Italy. I want to read some questions. Luca Di Mauro, which song of Iron Maiden, not in X Factor and Virtual, you like to sing during your Iron Maiden tour?
Well, one of the things that we've done is we did Doctor Doctor, because actually that was a B-side and it was a cover version. And I like to do Virus as well. We've kept that song in the set, and I've changed the arrangement slightly and adapted it to my own style. So Virus is it's a fun song to sing, and it really does feel like, as we talked about, the virus is a lot of scammers.
I heard Rothschild.
Yeah, Rothschild. Once when Paul left us, when Paul passed away, then we put Rothschild in the set because that's a memory of him. I did a lot of shows with Paul. We toured Australia together. We toured Russia. We played in Sweden together. We did a lot of shows together at a certain time, and we were quite close. When Paul passed away, it's just so sad, man. You never know when it's the last time you're going to speak to someone. And he was in Wolverhampton, and this was like a few months before he passed away. And I said hello, went to see him and say hello and everything, and talk about old times. It's very sad. So when we started the next part of our tour, we said, you know what, as part of the encore, why don't we do Wrathchild? And we did, and fans seem to like it and understand that. Of course, that's not my song, but it's a song that I feel a part of because Paul and I did a lot together.
Yeah, and it was a nice tribute to Paul Di'Anno. Thank you again, Luca. Valentina, Sign of the Cross is her preferred song from your Iron Maiden era. And Max, absolutely amazing. You are an amazing singer, and Silicon Messiah is still one of my favorite metal albums. Max has like 2,000 or 5,000 CDs, album, vinyls.
Yeah.
So if he say that Silicon Messiah is still one of my favorite, he's really, a big fan. Okay. So thank you, Max. I want to say hi to Roberto De Luca. Ciao. Valentina Saba in the cooking column with Iron Ladies. Iron Ladies is Valentina is part of Iron Ladies that they have a page called the Kitchen with Iron Ladies, and Valentina is one of the cookers. So Valentina cooked a Lord of the Flies dish inspired by the X Factor album. So they makes dishes inspired from songs of Iron Maiden.
Okay.
So one of that, Lord of the Flies.
Has it got flies in it?
I don't know that. Valentina will say. Valentina, ci sono delle mosche? Non credo. I don't think so. Then Max, one underdog song from X Factor is Judgment of Heaven. For me, absolutely stupenda.
Yeah, that's often comes around into the set, Judgment of Heaven. I don't know, I've become more confident with it over the years because it's an anti-suicide song about trying to pick yourself up and realize what's good, not give in. Things are tough. They're always going to be tough. You're going to face hardship. And you look back and maybe you forget that you're here now. You made it through tough times. And Judgment of Heaven is really, really cool. It's a great song to sing.
I agree with that. And I want to say hi to Marco. Hi, nice to meet you again, Blaze, because Marco was with me in the concert last year here in Castelvolturno. So hi from Marco. Thank you, Marco, for being here. Then Dario. Hi, Dario. Hello, Blades. Please sing for me the Clansman. Okay.
Freedom!
Great, Blades. Thank you, Dario. Marco Nante. Blades, thanks of all. Dario, Blades. Okay, already read that. Max, Blades, how is your personal review of Simon Dawson, new drummer of Iron Maiden? And what's the biggest difference between Nico and Simon, in your opinion?
Well, you can never replace Nico McBrain. He's a character. His style comes from all of the years of experience he has playing all different types of music in different bands. Well, I've met Simon. I know him, and what's the big difference is, of course, you can see Simon, where Nico McBrain's got a wall of drums and sounds absolutely fantastic and do anything with it. I like it when you can see the drummer as well. So for me to see Simon do that, I think he does a great job, but it is very difficult for anybody to give up their loyalty to Nico McBrain. He's such a character and such a huge part of Iron Maiden for so long. So that's very, very challenging. So I think he does a great job, and I look forward to seeing what they do next.
Okay, thank you. And Carlo Lauro from Napoli. He is the uncle of Flavio, the friend who talked before. Hi, Carlo from Napoli, Silvana, and thank you for being here. Pasquale, dear Blaze, remember one thing: you gave so much and all of yourself to music because music is your life. Okay, I just read this question. Burn 78. If it happens, if you need a bass player, I will be pleased to be at your service. He's
Okay,
a really
thanks for that,
nice.
mate.
He's a really nice bass
Thanks
player.
for that. You know, I worked with many Italian musicians over the years, and always of such a high standard. I had a lot of Italian musicians in my band, especially on the King of Metal era, and always great. And one of the favorite guitarists I worked with is Luca Princiotta, from Como, and just wonderful, wonderful guitarist. He played with Dora Pesh for many years. So, yeah, I've
Great.
had a great experience with Italian musicians.
Great, thanks, Antonio. And I want to read a question from my brother, Stefano. He was the drummer of our tribute band of Iron Maiden, a great singer with a great sense of humor, a real person, someone you could easily meet at a pub and share a beer with. Genuine, relatable, and inspiring. Definitely someone to appreciate and learn a lot from.
Thank you very much. Grazie.
Thank you, Stefano. And hi from Salvatore. Thanks a lot, Blades. Giuseppe, Doctor, always appreciated. Daniele Vara from USA. Okay, Valentina answered the question about the dish. The dish was cinghiale alla cacciatora, Lord of the Flies. So I don't know if you know that dish, because Italian cuisine is really different in every region. So
Yeah,
I don't-
yeah. Oh man, when I had carbonara in the south, it was unbelievable. I never seen anything like it. It's like a completely different thing to what I was used to. My friend played drums for me, Claudio Princiotta, Claudio, and Claudio Tirincanti. Then he took me out where he lives, and I'm like, is this supposed to have egg in it? And he was like, yeah, this is traditional. It's yeah, you know, and in the UK, we've never seen it with any, it's always got cream in it. And
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like,
I
he
know.
says, no, you know,
No cream in the carbonara.
crazy. Yeah. But
Okay, Valentina.
it was nice.
When Blades will come back in Sardinia, you can cook cinghiale alla cacciatora
Yeah,
to
but
Blades.
Valentina, I don't want any dead flies, really.
No,
Uh,
I don't think so.
yeah, I don't want dead flies.
Okay, thank you, Valentina. Salvatore being invited to headline the Ed Fest. Okay, this is one question I want to make to you. I wanted to make you before.
Yeah.
How did you welcome the invitation? So this was a question from the set list.
Well, Steve phoned me up and he said, "Oh, you know, I do a radio show called Friday Night Rocks on Planet Rock in the UK, most Friday nights, and I was going to be there anyway for the Maiden weekend at Edfest." And he says, "Well, you're there anyway. Do you want to do a play on the Friday night?" And I said, "Yeah, that sounds great fun." And but he said, "It's just one thing. I don't want you to play anything in your set that Maiden are playing in our set. I said, okay. So I checked this. I said, all right then. And a few weeks later, I sent. I said, are you playing any of these songs? He said, no. So most of the set that I'm doing is from X Factor and Virtual 11, and we're there on the Friday evening, and very, very excited about it. So it was a big surprise to me, and I think it's very sad with Paul Diano, passed away. It would have been great to see Paul there as well, but I'm really excited about it, and my band are very, very excited about doing it, and I'll be there for the whole weekend. So I'll be doing my radio show while I'm there, and we'll be doing the concert and everything. So it's really exciting.
Okay, and you, of course, you have also recently been included in the Rock and Roll of Fame nomination with Iron Maiden. So this is a great recognition of your contribution to the band. How does it feel for you to be part of this celebration?
It's a crazy situation, really, because I think, especially in Italia, then we say rock and roll and we think of a particular kind of thing, but in USA, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame isn't really rock and roll. It's the Music Business Hall of Fame. So it's like the Music Hall of Fame. So to be famous in music of any genre is to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and to be able to be nominated. So really, it's so important because of that. And that's what's really cool. I didn't expect it. Heavy metal, often people look down on what we do and say, oh, we're not very good music. And I think heavy metal contains some of the absolute best guitarists and drummers, the best musicians. And so to be in that, considered alongside all of these huge, major, multi-platinum artists is absolutely fantastic, and I've had so many messages wishing me luck with the nomination and everything. So I think definitely Iron Maiden do deserve an award, and that is so important culturally in the history of music. In the 80s, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Maiden, and then Metallica was so important. I think they do deserve to have an award, because what they've done culturally at the core of music and heavy music, it can't be overstated.
Okay, thank you. It's a great, great celebration. So congratulations, for that. Before going to last questions, I wanna read some questions from people from home. Luca Di Mauro, who is your best friend in Iron Maiden?
I suppose Steve and I got along the best because we really thought similar about the music, and neither of us drank a lot, and neither of us was interested in golf. So I think we're still friends now. So yeah, I think we were, and it was. He was always helped me as well when in different situations where I was going to a country for the first time. He would always say, "Don't say this when you're there because you're going to get into trouble. This is a really bad thing to say," and things like that, avoiding stupid stuff.
Okay. Then I want to say hi to Ricardo Muni, that say hi. Thank you very much for being here. And then Valentina Saba says, yes, she will cook for you that dish in Sardinia.
Okay.
Thanks,
Valentina.
Thank you again, Valentina. I want to ask you, Blaze, about your new music. Are you working on new music, on new studio album at the moment?
Yeah, I'm always working on new music. I'm always thinking, what is my next thing going to be, and I'm always making notes on my phone, and if I have melody ideas, capture melody ideas, and what could an album, what would it sound like? And when I'm looking at what's the new science fiction films and what books to read that I might possibly be inspired by. So I'm always working on new material. And I think what I'm hoping is that sometime in 2027, I'll be ready to bring out a new studio Blaze Bayley album. The problem that I've got is so many fans said about Circle of Stone, the last studio Blaze Bayley album, that they really liked it. Then I'm under a lot of pressure to do another really good album. So it's challenging in a way, because I can't just go, oh, that'll be good enough when I'm writing a song. I'm going, is this absolutely the best it can be? Does this tell the story? Does, when my fans hear this, if they've got their headphones on, or they're in the car, or they're alone in their room with a stereo, or wherever they are, when they hear this, is it going to mean something? Are they going to connect with the passion and the story and the heart of the song? So I can never do something that, oh, that's okay. It has to be the absolute best, and it has to speak to you emotionally, and that's very, very important to me. So I'm getting ideas now where I think, this could be the seeds. These could be the seeds of something important that is worthy of recording and making into the next studio album. But I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I guess it's even challenging every time playing and writing new songs. So it's great to listen that. I want to read a question from Stefano. As a professional singer, what part do you enjoy the most during the album recording process, and what do you like the least? Also, when you are on tour, what's your favorite part, and what's the part you enjoy at least?
Okay, well, the dressing rooms on tour at my level, they're different. Some dressing rooms have coat hangers, somewhere to put your stuff, a nice fridge. Some of them have a little toaster. You can make all of this. And then other dressing rooms don't have anywhere to hang up your coat and things like this. So I don't enjoy that. And I think in the album recording process, I think the writing, getting the initial demo together, that's a challenge, but that's where the creativity is at the most. When you're finding the idea, okay, what's the lyric that goes with this, and that does the music and the lyric and the melody fit together, and does it come together to tell the same story? And when you get that, oh man, it's such a great feeling. And sometimes you can't get it, and you chase it, and you just have to leave the idea and go, well, we're just going to have to put these ideas away and work on something new, because we could be here for a week or more going around trying to find how this fits together. And that comes with experience. You go, okay, this isn't working. We've spent a little bit of time. Now let's leave it. Let's come back to it a year or two later, and let's see what it means to us then. Maybe we'll be able to connect the dots and complete the puzzle then. And it happens sometimes like that. That's my favorite part, because that's the most creative part of it. And then after that, there's a lot of details. It's nice to get a strong vocal performance, sometimes it feels like luck. Oh, phew, it's worked, and sometimes it's by accident. So yeah, it's a lot, but I suppose I'm lucky because I'm the producer, and with my co-producer Chris Appleton, then when a thing that I learned working with Steve Harris, that you're thinking, okay, when this song is recorded, it will need to do this, this, and this to make space for these drums, this guitar to do this. So, this, and that's a really interesting thing. And when I was a young man starting out, I didn't think that far in advance. Now I think, is this the right vowel sound for to be in this place? And that's really cool. It's creative. It's like a huge puzzle that you have to find the pieces for. So that's the part I enjoy most, is as we get the song together and get it into a demo that you could listen back to. That's the part I enjoy most. But I enjoy all of it. I'm very lucky, man. This is my day job. I'm very, very lucky to be able to do what I do and be a professional musician and music producer, record producer. I'm very lucky.
Thank you. It's really great. And then I have just last questions for you. Really last question, Blaze. Blaze, what's your favorite song from X Factor album?
It changes. It changes so much. I really enjoyed doing the X Factor tour and singing all of those songs again. But I suppose my little baby has to be Man on the Edge. It has to be, I love Judgment of Heaven, Sign of the Cross, man. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. The Sign of the Cross. It's just huge. Man on the Edge is my first big single. It went into the charts everywhere. We were on TV in Italy and stuff like that. So I suppose that's the one that means the most to me of all of them.
Thank you. And Valentina Saba says, how does it feel to know that so many fans have followed you from over 30 years? You have convened and continue to do so many emotions with your voice. Thank you, Blaze.
Thank you, Valentina. I'm very lucky. I feel very fortunate and very grateful to my fans for supporting me through thick and thin. I've had my ups and downs over 30 years. I haven't always been popular, and it's been a challenge at times. So I thank you so much for your loyal support and all of my fans for sticking by me through all of my ups and downs. And thank you for believing in me and making it possible for me to write and record and perform.
Thank you very much. And talking about songs, Stefano says that Man on the Edge is a fucking banger intro.
Thanks,
wow.
man.
And Luca Di Mauro asks about Como Estás, Amigo. I heard last year live. It's a very wonderful song, says Luca, but very strange for an Iron Maiden album. Can you talk about this song?
Yeah, well, it was always disappointing to me that we never got to perform that song live with Maiden. I thought it would be huge as a Maiden song. It sounded great on the album, but I always thought it would be, really come to life live. And I've included it in my set, in my acoustic set, unplugged, in my main electric set many times. And it's really, really does come to life. But it's a true story. I visited Argentina. I saw the memorial for the soldiers, the fallen in the Falklands.
Falklands, yeah.
Yeah, Falklands, Malvinas War. And on their memorial, they have flames. And my friend from school, died in that war on the other side. And when you go there, it's like, well, how could there possibly be a war with these people? We all like music. We all like, having a good time. Everybody likes Iron Maiden and all of that. It just seemed impossible. And that's where the song comes from. I went back to the hotel after I saw the memorial, and on the hotel note paper, I wrote the lyrics. And then a long time after, I still had the piece of paper from the hotel with what was a poem, really. I never thought it would be a song lyric, and just my feelings. And Yannick Gers said, I've got this little thing. Have you got anything to go with it? And I said, well, let's see if these lyrics work. And it turned into Como Estás Amigo. So yeah, it's a true story, and it's full of emotion. And at times like this in the world, I think it's a valid message,
Yeah, it's so emotional. I love that song actually. Como estás, amigo? Last question, really. Questions. Would it be correct to say that the X Factor is a more mature and technically complex and experimental album than Virtual 11?
I think Virtual 11, I think it was, it suffered in a way because we didn't have as many rehearsals. I think that's it. There was so much confidence. Yeah, this is great. Let's record it. And I often thought, I think maybe we should rehearse it a bit more. And I think that's the difference. There was a lot more time that we spent on the music and everything, the writing and the music for the X Factor album. And Virtual 11, that we didn't spend as much time on it. I think we've got great music on Virtual 11, and I love to sing those songs. There's so much great music and great melodies to sing. But I think that Angel and the Gambler would have been a little bit shorter if we'd have rehearsed it. That's it. Because if you listen to Angel and the Gambler, the video feels right. It just feels exactly the right length. So I think maybe that would have been a small improvement. But I like both of them. But the thing that you have to remember is the X Factor. It was like we were fighting from our life. It's almost like an album where people were saying that Iron Maiden, we were in the grave, and we were going, we are refused to die. We refused to die. And we made the X Factor. And then things started to improve. And that's it. And the industry at that time, man, the big changes. CD sales were almost over. They were going right down. Streaming was starting, to become a really serious. iTunes, everything like this. Man, the whole music industry was turning upside down as far as where it gets to. Everything had to change. Everything had to adjust. And I think Virtual 11 was caught up in that business turbulence and what was happening at the time. And I think when you look at those two albums and you listen to them, you have to remember that CDs and vinyl sales of actual plastic, of the medium that you have it on, all of that was going down and down and down. So the music industry had to change. That's why we have such high ticket prices now. One of the reasons we have high ticket prices is because bands don't sell hardly any CDs compared to what they did in 1990.
Real sad to music today. But talking about the talking about Virtual 11, there is a friend from Tenerife, Emilio. Hi, Emilio. Thanks for being here. Around the web, many people consider Virtual 11 among the least successful works of the Maiden. I consider it a great job, and that I really appreciated the phase with you at the voice, Mr. Blaze. And I remember that I played the Clansman with Emilio at the bass.
Yeah, yeah. I think you have to put it in context and go, well, is the Clansman a great song? Yes, it is. That's it. Is it a classic Maiden song? Yes, it is. So there you have it. That justifies it. Future Real, is that a great song? Yes, I believe Future Real is a great song. It's a real Iron Maiden song. It's I think it's so good. So there is some wonderful classic music on Virtual 11. We have to remember that. Anyway, I enjoy playing so many of the songs from that album in my live set, and I'm looking forward to Nebworth and Edfest and playing some Virtual 11 songs to the fans.
Thank you very much. And last question, really last question, Blades. Before we go, would you like to leave a message for your fans?
Yeah, thank you. Is grazie mille from me. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for believing in me. And I really am planning to return to Italia. I'm looking forward to it. We're talking to promoters now about when we can come back. But just thank you. Grazie mille.
Grazie mille to you, Blades. We are looking forward. Listen to you here in Italy again. A question from Dario. Can you repeat Sign of the Cross, please?
The sign of the cross.
And thank you very much, Blades. Thanks for being here at Gian Podcast. And I want to say to the Rockmates, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episode. I want to say thanks to all the Rockmates again watching from home. Seeing you to the next episode. Thank you very much, Blades. Please stay with me. We will catch up in a moment.
Okay.
Welcome.